I was ready.
B.W.O. 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 Brothers with opinions, now we spreading the word. In this world, things get hard cause we been blinded by ignorance, man. Fear the unknown to progress is a hindrance. Silence is consent, so let your voices be heard. Man, we brothers with opinions, now we spreading the word. Bringing light to the dark, revolution is an art. Man, a lot of people talk, but they ain't never walked apart. Gotta shine a light on poverty and fight against injustice. And always speak the truth when the enemy.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Happy Sunday. Y'all know what time it is. No more NFL football, but we got the All-Star game coming up tonight. 4 All-Stars sitting on this round table together. 3 of them right there in the Wing City. The other one is up here where I'm at. And we're going to get right into it with some local news, a big cocaine raid and drug raid in general out there in Frederick County. So, you know, we don't sugarcoat nothing. Stuff happens. We're going to talk about it. And then we're going to get into a few different topics, man, including the Super Bowl last week. And the thing more we want to talk about a little more is Kendrick and you know, his amazing performance he had. And then we're going to get right into a lot of different topics like the plane crashes that just won't stop, ICE raiding everybody except for people that's not of color. And then we're going to get into the transgender laws and stuff with Mr. Trump. And we're going to get into a little bit of this Luka Doncic trade. And we're going to see what else happens. But in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, put your headphones on blast. Get your coffees and your beers, whatever you like to get ready. Your cold glass of milk, because you got milk. We're going to talk about it all. Let's get it.
Okay, fellas, welcome back. Welcome back. You got Mr. Weaver here, Mr. Rush sitting alongside me. So we'll jump right into local news, sports. On Monday, you had in the Northwestern District, Fauquier defeated Brentsville 78-39. Handley over James Wood 78-30. So that was Monday night. Thursday night, moving on, you had Meridian defeat Warren County 85-39. Sharando fell to Fauquier 66-61. Friday night, you had Meridian defeat Warren County 108-35. Jeez. You know, I got to say, there's been a lot of high-scoring high school games this year. You know, in the 90s and 100s. It's crazy. And then Handley defeated Millbrook 74-60. Skyline defeated Manassas Park 64-24. Fauquier over Sharando 59-52. So that was your Northwestern District scores. And on to our neighbors, because we don't forget about them in West Virginia. In the Eastern Panhandle on Monday, Washington defeated Martinsburg 66-54. They didn't have many games this week in West Virginia.
Because y'all have all that snow down there, right?
Yeah, with that snow. Because they only had one Monday and then Friday, I see. And then you had Spring Mills defeat Martinsburg 61-45 on Friday. So, of course, the much anticipated, speaking of Spring Mills, versus Handley matchup coming this Wednesday, hopefully. And speaking of, it may snow again.
So they need to play that game before Wednesday.
Well, they moved, like I was telling you guys, they moved the Liberty game up. They were going to play Liberty Thursday. Now they're playing tomorrow because they have to play them for seeding and state, because they're in their district or region, whatever. For the playoffs.
That's an easy victory. They should know where to put the W in the L.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's it.
They don't really need to play that game.
Yeah, that's it. Haley, tomorrow at 6. They actually moved it up to the time. It's only the boys varsity, and it's at 6 tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If I was Handley, I wouldn't even play the starters, man. I would just make sure the game is comfortably in hand to not ruin the perfect season for them. And then just put the bench warmers in there. Well, they're not even bench warmers for real, man, because they could probably go to any other school around here and be a starter. So let some of the dudes on that bench shine this on Monday night versus Liberty, because, you want to be healthy and ready for the playoffs.
Correct. I'm with you, which I feel they'll do. They'll play them first half, whatever, and then bring in the other ones. I think they did that last time. The bench played the whole second half pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, coming from a coaching perspective, Tony, I mean, you and I would do the same. Like, rest your starters, man.
Well, and then
Have
especially
them
if
ready.
they play, on top of that too, they have that big game coming against Spring Mill, so you don't want to. Yeah, if you could sit your starters and rest them,
Exactly.
yeah, to
Now,
do it.
is that game going to be towards the regular season record?
No. It's something where I guess because
It won't.
they scheduled it, but it doesn't count. Like it goes towards their record, but it just doesn't hurt like their.
So if Handley lost, they would still have a perfect season.
No, I mean no. They'll probably be 21 and whatever they'll have. It'll go towards their record, but it just doesn't count like because it's a.
So that's what I'm saying. Like in the record books, is it still going to show that Handley had an undefeated season?
No, they have a
No,
loss.
no.
Okay.
This is an official game on their schedule.
Okay,
it just
that's
doesn't count
what I'm getting
towards.
at. Is it official?
Yeah, it just doesn't count towards like hurting them in the playoff seeds
Right.
and
Right.
whatever.
The thing is, that
Yeah.
game is scheduled again for Wednesday night, which is also another day scheduled for snow down there. So they can't push it back anymore because districts start.
Exactly.
Yes,
So
the
if it doesn't
following.
happen,
The
So
following.
Tony, you should hit up
Friday.
coach and be like, man, y'all might want to move that game to Tuesday.
I mean, they still like the team. Both schools want to play this, so they might. Because what I said, district or region don't start until next Friday, the following Friday. So they still have time. Like they could play on Friday or say if they still want to get the game in.
Oh, so
know what I mean?
districts
They-
don't start next Friday.
Yeah, not the following Friday.
Oh, they got time then.
Yeah, so they still have. So to me, it seems like both
You
sides
basically got-
want this game really bad, and they'll play it regardless. Like Friday, Saturday, they'll get
Spring
it.
Mills has that one loss at Morgantown
Mhm.
when they had the incident, but all those kids are back. Their coach is back, I heard. And I seen somebody say, because they have a ton of athletes, they said they're going to sacrifice one of their athletes and put him on will the whole game, and they're not worried about him scoring.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
So, but you guys haven't seen them play this year, none of y'all?
No, I haven't caught any of their games yet. None of theirs. Because I don't think they've played anybody in Virginia yet. This will be the first team that they played out of Virginia, I believe. Spring Mills. Because I know a couple years ago we went to a game and Spring Mills played Millbrook.
Now, Spring Mills, are they like Martinsburg? Because I know Martinsburg, they be riding down into like the DMV area playing teams.
They're past, like they're near the state line.
Yeah, but are they playing teams out of the DMV
Maryland.
like Martinsburg?
Yeah,
They are?
I think they are.
Okay.
Let me see. I'll check their schedule. But yeah, they're like right at the state line.
Right.
When we went to St. J, they're like the last town, whatever, getting out of West Virginia.
I think it's actually considered Falling Waters, West Virginia?
Well, Berkeley, Berkeley County, Beckley, whatever it is. That's
It's
what
got the same.
Yeah, but the town itself, I believe it's Falling Waters.
Yeah, you're right. I couldn't think of. Yeah, you're right. Because my cousin, the Fallen Waters, is where they're at. Yeah,
It's the last exit.
Yeah,
before you get to Maryland.
Yep.
Well, I know one thing, man. Millbrook keeps playing Handley close compared to everybody else. One time by 20, one time by 14. Shit, man, that's pretty close for Millbrook. So they must have some good athletes to win. And then on top of that, of course, Eric Green, man, he's probably been the best coach in the area for a long time.
It's like we say, it's a rivalry game, but taking nothing away. I know a few of the kids, Sean Rooks, Riley Baker, like they're good ball players. They're not that, they're top two off the top of my head. They got good ball players. They're not that bad, and they're gritty, and plus they get hyped up, in a rivalry game and everything. I just said it was Handley still did their thing, pulled away. They got it together in the second half. They went on a 15-2 or 4 run or something.
So it was actually close.
Oh, it was, yeah. It was. I think it was almost time. The Handley was only leading by 1 at the half or something.
Because I heard you say the score was like 74-60. So regardless, sometimes the final score doesn't indicate the way the game was. But I'm like, they continue to playing well compared to everybody else. Handley's beaten by 40, 50 points a game.
Yeah, I got to say they've played them. Anybody in the area, Millbrook has played them the toughest.
You got to credit Handley for in-game adjustments. You know what I mean? So if they were only leading by 1 and won by 14, then they made some second half adjustments, which took care of that game basically.
Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna shout out Zach, man. No lie, even though he was on the show earlier this year, but Zach was He was player of the year one year, his senior year, and he went to Millbrook, but he over there handling like, man, let's bang on Millbrook, let's go.
We won't get into that. I think that gets a little personal with Zach.
Hey, I know he loves Millbrook, but at the end of the day, you got to be where you're at, or there's no reason for him to coach Handley. But I know he made the right decision now, because obviously, if you would have been a coach back when they had Eric Green and Jordan Sugars and the Twins and all that, then that's the right time. They was nice and they won the states. But Handley got the squad right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I know he's probably like, yeah, I'm glad I'm at Handley and not over there at Millbrook.
Right. I'll just say that I know Handley people, Millbrook people, when Zach got to Handley, they were mad Zach didn't get the job at Millbrook. I just would,
But that's like, you should never coach anywhere you didn't go to school. That makes no sense. You got to go where you get an opportunity.
Well, they just wanted him to be the head coach, yes. Because it was his first year he took them to states.
But
remember that was
he's a good coach, man. He gets the
COVID year. Remember that was Zach's first year.
Yeah, we was up by like 20 points, man, in the state championship and lost.
Yeah, that's nuts.
I won't say anything else except for besides Meach, of course. Chaz was the only one that helped him in that game, and I was like, shit, where is everybody?
What sucks is that was it was in our house. And no fans could show up, nothing. It'd been fans were there. You remember?
Yeah, fans make a difference, bro.
Yeah, definitely do. Changes the whole environment.
Yeah, and certain players, they can't play under pressure like that when fans right down on them or bleachers are right up on the court. I ain't gonna lie to you. When I played, I loved it. But there's a lot of players that turn the ball over. They don't want to dribble. They'll take one dribble and pick the dribble up. Like, it's just the little things when crowds are around.
Oh yeah,
it distracts people.
Well, it's like I say, you got practice players and you don't have practice, but you got gamers.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So there's some things we've coached for years. It's like, man, this kid didn't look good in practice. The damn come to the game, he is and then the one you thought would step up because he looked good in practice buckles under the pressure.
Exactly.
So yeah, you find out a lot. Definitely come game time. Who's your dog?
Ladies and listen, man, they know that overall we love Handley, man. It is what it is. But we finding out recently that a lot of people in the area might not like Handley, but they like that snow powder, baby, because that cocaine rate was crazy.
Oh shit!
$10 million.
Yeah,
over 10 million.
Well,
so
the 10 million is what they confiscated
last year.
Last year. Over last year, between season property, assets, and money, and the actual drug, like they seized over $10.9 million.
That's a lot of money.
Jeez. And where was
to be
this?
doing that?
And it's pretty much like Frederick County Task Force is behind it.
Frederick County.
I won't get into a lot of that right now. We'll just stay on the article part of it of the raid. You know what I'm saying?
What we know.
I can tell you a lot more about the task force and sheriff. It's all tied in together, but we won't go into that right now. But they arrested like 10 individuals and seized over like 67,000 in cocaine and property. And some of the arrests were made across, 3 different counties, man. You had Stephen City, and you had Frederick County on Front Royal Pike, and then they also had Stevenson, Virginia. So obviously they were watching 3 houses pretty much, but within watching those 3 houses, 10 individuals got arrested.
Yeah.
So that could be people that are transported before those 3 individual homes. We don't know.
It'll lead to more. Give it time.
Yeah. And they're not releasing any names right now because, obviously they want to conduct their investigation before they do all that. So
yeah. God, that's just nuts. 10 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, last year I was surprised. I'd have never thought the number would be that high. I figured it would be high though, but not like that.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah. And
that's some New Jack City numbers right there.
Yeah. And you gotta understand, like all these personnel, like law enforcement people, they're coming together. Like,
they usually get
Clark,
the
County of Frederick, County of Page, County of Shenandoah, and Warren counties. Like all of these counties are coming together, and this is how they're getting these raids, man.
Well, yeah, working together, because I was going to say they work with the ATF too.
Right.
Because usually the ATF, because they're right up the road in Martinsburg.
Exactly.
They get involved. When you see them in town,
The ATF,
oh, you know something's going
right.
down.
The ATF, Frederick County Sheriff,
Mm-hmm.
they're in hard together, man. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and my thing behind all of it is like, it's a lot of informants that are being hired by the sheriff and task force and the ATF.
Oh, of course, yeah.
They're going in and they're buying stuff from them. So right there, they have controlled buys
Mm-hmm.
on these people. So no matter what they find, they already have the control buys on you, which you could be looking up to anywhere from 5 to 10 years on control buys. So no matter what, they're looking at some time.
Oh,
But with the amount of stuff that they found, I mean, they're looking at a lot more time now.
Right.
In that entrapment though, that they have somebody and their job is to buy drugs because that's illegal.
Well, it's really not anybody that's working with them. It's like, okay, they'll bust an individual like yourself. All right. They'll scare you with, Zeb, you're looking at like 20 years. And they offer you a deal. They say, all right, we'll cut these 20 years if you just work for us. We just want to know where the product's coming from. And that's how they get informants, because these informants, they get really, really panicky. They get scared during interrogation and they break down. And then the next thing you know, they're working for the ATF or the sheriff's county.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So,
yep. You're right. Because wasn't there, I wanted to bring up, because the first thing that came to mind when I thought of it, remember that big drug raid? It was over there by Dow J.
Yeah. I remember that.
But remember, that was a big
that was a
drug
huge one.
years ago. I can't remember how long ago.
I want to say at least 5 to 6 years ago.
Yeah, it was like same thing. Yeah, big drug raid going on. They arrested a lot of people during that one, I believe.
Yeah.
Because like I say, that at that time I actually did see, I was down that way for some reason. I would go down, but I saw like ATF. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like,
and then these informants, like, so when they go to court, like these informants, they never hit the stand because, like, the people that they busted,
they already have like
agreements with
maybe
their lawyers and shit. They're basically saying, all right, if he doesn't take this, he's gonna be looking at this. So these people, they get scared and they take the plea deal.
They plead guilty.
You know what I'm saying? But if you bring these informants into the court, how are they credible?
I know.
They're addicts. So how is it a credible witness?
You'd have to take the chance on a not guilty plea, and if you do that and they find you guilty, they punish you. Like they give you extra time.
They give you the maximum of your sentence.
Nobody.
That's why they scare you with, hey, you're looking at a maximum of 30 to 50 years in prison if you don't take this plea deal. And people are looking at it like, hold on, man. If I don't win this, I'm looking at 30 to 50.
Yeah.
30 to 50. So then they say, hey, look, we'll cut everything to 10 years. I'm pretty sure you're going to take that.
Oh, yeah. Nobody wants to take that kind of chance, man, unless you got like the best lawyer, the most well-known lawyer.
And they scare you because they're like, this is what we already have on you.
Now, okay. I'm sorry, guys, to interrupt. But before I forget, I have a question. What do they do with the money that they seize? Where does that money go?
Into their pockets.
Yeah, right. Like,
I don't know.
I'm like, okay, you done seize.
We'll probably tell you that it goes back into the city, but I don't believe it, Tony.
Yeah, that's one thing I've never really looked into or asked. Like, where does that money go?
After the case is closed, it's in the witness room. What do they do with it?
I mean, they give it to Children of America or something? Like, what do they do with it?
What do they do with it?
Well, like when you ride through New Jersey going to New York, and I know this because I go up to see Chris, they'll have like those big old boards that are digital. And they'll tell you, like, the city of New Jersey's Department of Transportation, grossed $30 million last year. They're putting this money back into this.
So that's
they
money
don't
they
give a breakdown like that out here. Like, where is that information?
Yeah, I don't know. We might have to research. I don't know. I'm like,
not saying that they're not putting money back into the community, but where is it going?
Yeah.
And also with the drugs, what are they doing with the drugs?
I was about to just say they put all the drugs back into the community.
Well, supposedly
that's how it works. They funnel these drugs from wherever they get them from into the communities. It's not the actual cartels and all these people from Colombia and El Salvador and Mexico putting them in these cities. It's the people, y'all just said all those 3-letter word gangs and the government behind all of it, and they put it right into these inner cities and
Oh, I
they
agree.
make sure that they have those resources to help kill each other, make their money, and then lock them all up for doing it if they don't get killed or whatever. And it's just a big cycle. But that money,
Yeah.
man, they didn't put that money into. How come the taxes wasn't less last year than if they're making all this money from these raids, which is every year, all the time?
Yeah,
You
everywhere.
guys already know they're not giving that money where they say.
Of course, man. Like we touched on, there was an estimate of 10.9 million in narcotics, including
Yeah, I didn't
fentanyl,
see
coke,
that.
crack,
That still blows my mind.
heroin, methamphetamines, and other substances. That's what they collected off of just the drugs, and then they confiscated another 100,000 in assets. That could be cars, jewelry.
Yeah,
Like,
But where does all that go? Now that it's done, there's people that are guilty, locked up. What do they do with all that?
it goes to like a police auction. Well,
well,
for
I can
instance,
see that,
if
like
you ride around
cars or
town,
whatever.
they have 2 Mustangs right now that look like regular cars that Tony and I and Zeb drive,
All the police.
and it's tinted out. But
Yeah,
next
I've
thing you
seen
know,
one
when
of
they
them.
pull you over, everywhere where there's a light starts flashing red and blue. They got them in the windshields. They got them in the back windows. So they're using these cars as police cars now.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, just wanted to touch on that for the local news, but we can keep it moving.
Yeah, so stay safe, everybody.
Yeah, because you know us, man. All
Don't do
4 of us,
drugs.
we can dive into these topics forever, fellas.
Yeah.
And we love it, man. So regardless of what everybody
But Chip, like
really
Collie
thinks, man,
Kerm,
we
guys,
love it.
who is it? Collie Kerm, right? Guys, we got to move on. So Super Bowl time.
Yeah.
The Eagles win the Super Bowl. I was shocked. So we go back to our picks last week. I think Zeb and you were the
Oh
ones,
yeah, I
the
wasn't
two that
shocked.
picked the Eagles.
I saw it coming. I could see that coming.
Fly high.
Yeah, so Zeb gets to talk because he's the only one that picked them.
I thought you did.
I picked them.
I said I think they're gonna win, but I didn't. I was gonna pick the Chiefs because it's hard to go against Mahomes until they.
Or you and what?
Chris,
did.
you and Tony took the Chiefs, and Zeb and I.
That's okay. All right. So you two got the floor. You winners.
Yeah, y'all got the floor.
We're the
So this is
losers.
the
Let me
round
shut
one.
up.
Okay.
I just want to take this time to thank Zeb
Yeah.
because he convinced me to take these Eagles
Flag Eagles.
based off the defensive schemes that they were going to throw at the Chiefs, which they did. He said Saquon was going to have a good game, but they kind of shut him down.
They shut
but,
him down.
you know, Jalen Hurts, he stepped up and made it hurt. So I'm going to pass this big old hurt right on over to Zeb and let him do his thing with it.
Well, Philly was the best team in the NFL this year. It wasn't just the Chiefs. They beat Baltimore with ease. They made it look easy. They beat Baltimore, Kansas City, and the Commanders were a hot team. It made it look easy.
Yeah, this year who they beat.
But the Chiefs were kind of down, I felt. And they're due for a loss. You can't win every Super Bowl. No team's going to do that. They're due to lose a Super Bowl.
Right. But
It's just the Eagles were just a hot team. Defense, offense. Hurts. He's underrated. He actually that was the best game I've ever seen him in.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Because remember, I did say even though I picked the Chiefs, I said who has to step up and win this, and he did.
Yeah.
Jalen, I said they're going to shut down Bart. That's going to be which they did. He had like 50. So because he's still a threat. We know Barkley's a threat. What I said they did, it happened. Jalen stepping at the game of his life. Well, to me, that was his second best game because remember his first Super Bowl he played well against them.
Yeah, and they lost by a field goal.
Yeah,
that's what that game was, a field goal.
I know they whooped us, but I don't feel bad because we lost to the Super Bowl champs, man.
Yeah.
Go Commanders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just say I don't bet like that unless it's between y'all with having fun. As much as Saquon did all year, he caught more passes, I think, than he was able to rush the ball.
Mm.
But you guys know how I am. Oh, CT stands for conspiracy Tucker or whatever. Man, how many people probably bet on Saquon to kill it? Ain't none of them hit.
Oh, I'm sure.
None of them hit in that game.
Exactly, Chris.
How many people bet on Mahomes and then to keep going and win it? Ain't nobody win no money on that. That's all I'm saying. I don't like the bet, man. This shit is crazy how life works. But they was like, we know the whole world's thinking Kansas City, man. They just keep getting there. It's Mahomes. Philly smashed them. Zeb, you was right. They smashed
Dude,
them.
it wasn't even a game.
Right,
I thought it would at least be a good game. But the way they beat them
it was
crazy.
boring.
The defense.
It was just like Mahomes, because who did Mahomes the same thing when he lost the Bucks?
They lost to
Right?
Tom Brady. Yep.
Yeah, remember
Yeah.
the defense.
The
Mahomes
defense
was
got
running for his life in
Yeah,
that
man.
Super Bowl, so maybe you saw the blueprint there because he couldn't do nothing
Well,
against the
they
Bucks.
shut the run down too. Like
Yeah.
Pacheco, you'd think he would shine because they were getting at Mahomes. They didn't even blitz. That was just their
Mhm.
front seven doing that.
But my
Yeah,
thing
with the
is,
sports betting, I agree with Chris though. Like all this money was betted on Saquon, the Mahomeses, and the only player that probably didn't have a lot of bets bet on it was the
Hurts.
Super Bowl MVP and
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
I bet you
And he balled
nobody,
out.
and I
He
bet you
balled out.
nobody really took him on nothing really on a sports betting site.
Yeah, my take is just like the big wigs continue to win because they're like, we ain't going to lose no money because we're not going to have Saquon and Mahomes get off.
Exactly. But the
I mean-
big winner of the Super Bowl to me was my man Kendrick Lamar, though, baby.
Yeah, I was going to get on that. It's like now the halftime show was the big thing. Everybody was waiting for that. Was he going to play not like us? So you knew he would.
It was all a game.
I have to say, a lot of people, I think it went, I guess, over their head, the message he sent. That's what it was. It was a message to everybody.
The whole
Government. And I love
halftime
it was
performance.
I love it was in front of Donald Trump. He did it.
It was in front of over fucking 250 million people that viewed it.
Exactly.
Because what Kendrick Lamar says, like, you pick the right guy at the right time for something, but the wrong guy
at the right time.
The wrong guy at the right time. Yeah, get my words together. But yeah, and it's true. I loved it. I thought it was great the way that it was put together. And when you had Samuel L. Jackson playing Uncle Sam, which was hilarious,
and he was narrating it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the whole thing.
And he kept trying to shut down Kendrick and what he was saying and wanted to do, but he was basically that whole thing was basically how USA works.
Yeah.
If you really look at it, the whole game board was like we're in a game. The whole thing was split up how the flag, all the people, the dancers were in the red, white, and blue, but they were separated. Kendrick was in the middle. Like,
I was going to say, he's
the
in
controller of the PlayStation controller, like it's all a game. Yep. Samuel kept saying, you ain't going to do it. Don't do it. Don't say this, da-da-da. And then, you really going to do it? Right?
And then he said, this is what America wants. This is how you play the game.
Yep.
Don't mess this. And then he came through with that peekaboo.
Right. He crushed it. And I know some people's like, oh, it's not the time and place for a message. It's entertainment, this and that. But my whole thing is, when is there ever a time when you got the chance to be in front of all these millions of people? Like I always say, man, the things I think and say, I would say it I would love to be able to be in front of all those people. I don't care if they cut me off. I would say what I could have until they cut me off.
Yeah,
but his message
was huge for people in the time we're in.
Yeah,
and even more so than just me, Tony, and Zeb. It's for black culture. And a lot of people don't like that or want to hear it, but it's true. He asked for reparations and everything. He said 40 acres and a mule. This is bigger than that music.
Yeah.
Like people wasn't understanding and listening. And that's why I know a lot of people, especially white people, were like, oh, I don't like that shit. It sucks.
Well, yeah, of course. But Chris, you're nailing like every point of what I was about to bring. But you said it all.
It was definitely a message, man. And he's just letting the people know, look, we haven't forgotten, man.
And I disagree with Chris too. It's like, when is the right time to send a message?
When you have,
if you're on a platform like
he has that platform to do it, Tony.
Hey, do it.
It's because they don't want those messages portrayed because their kids like that stuff. Regardless of what people say, man, most of the kids like that kind of stuff. I've seen so many videos of people watching and the kids was going crazy, and not just black kids, white kids and all kind. Oh, they was all not like us. And what they say, A minor, like they was loving that joint. And people was like, yo, everybody knows this song.
And I loved it, Chris, because Lamar, he cut some of the words out and let the fans say those words. You know what I'm saying? So it didn't come out of Kendrick's mouth.
And people's like, oh, how much can he keep coming at Drake and this and that? Well, Drake keep saying these extra things about Kendrick and everything else, and then people don't understand. Look, you ain't going to be able to certain times, and you fuck with the wrong one, right? What they say, bark up the wrong tree?
Yeah.
Well, Kendrick ain't about that. And regardless of Jay-Z and Nas with Ether and LL Cool J and all these battle songs,
look,
man, When have they ever had a battle song take over the world as far as like the number one song in general?
Or on the Super Bowl,
Yeah.
performed at the Super Bowl
But
live.
like you and
That's
Tony
Yeah,
crazy.
just
what he
said.
do to Drake? He looked right in that camera. Was like, "Hey Drake, I heard
It's
you like
like,
young." Like he kept it real.
He looks slamming to the camera, man.
yeah.
What'd you think
But
about the performance, Zeb? Was you and your kids watching?
Yeah, I was
Yeah, he
here.
was here with us.
I was
Oh,
here.
Mm-hmm.
I know y'all was turning up over there, going crazy. If y'all was there with Nikki and them,
So can Drake come back from this?
No.
Do you think his career is just done? Pedophile, that's a
he
serious
still has a huge
accusation, man.
following. The people that love Drake, they love him. But regardless, they already know they're like, yeah, Kendrick put it on him, and there's nothing they can really say. Like the truth is the
Man,
truth.
I won't say,
Yeah.
yeah, we'll
hey,
speak on that
hey,
on Drake. I won't say his career's over, but damn,
I don't
to
know.
come, because like you said, Zeb, he has his fans.
He's
Yeah,
got his fans, but
Drake's
that
got millions of fans, so I don't think his career,
pedophile, that shit.
it'll fade away, but it ain't going to go away for the rest of yeah.
But he can't.
I still like that
But
one.
my whole thing is how you just brought up what diss songs in the past. How you going to be a grown ass man in the game and you want to sue for a diss song? Hey, bro, that's the name of the game.
Oh, I
He,
This track's been going on since hip hop and rap started.
yeah,
It ain't nobody trying to sue the so
because he can dish it out, but he can't take it.
yeah, exact. There
He
you
disses
go.
people all the time, man.
I still like that one line, man. Right time, wrong guy.
Yeah, like
Like he's exposing these people, man. So it needs to be heard, man.
yeah. When I just heard he was suing, I'm like, man, come on.
I know.
Like if he now imagine if he really won that lawsuit, that would change music.
Yeah,
For like then people be scared to say anything on the
freedom
mic.
of speech.
Yeah, there goes freedom as and artistic whatever you want to call it, ability out the window. Everybody be scared to put that album out. That's
He's scared to make a song and you get sued.
Mhm.
That's right, man.
So hopefully he does not win that lawsuit. That would be wild if that happened. So I just wanted to say that Drake being a bitch.
Well, I think the lawsuit was just to try to stop him from doing it at the Super Bowl. But now it's too late.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, yeah, you haven't but I still think they're pursuing. I don't know. We'll talk about that at another time. But
And then you had a lot of Caucasians like bashing the performance, but like those are the ones that don't understand the history. You know what I mean? Those are the ones that didn't pay attention or just ignored the situation when it comes to history.
oh yeah, of course they just see a rap or a hip hop and they just didn't pay attention at all. They just didn't like the
Like you said,
music.
40 acres and a mule. This is bigger than the music.
So they were.
I knew it was going to be a message before the performance even started.
I'm with
man.
you. I knew he was.
Kendrick's just that intelligent, man.
he is.
Oh, he's to me. He's one of my favorite hip hop artists right now.
you see the NFL. The NFL had made an apology to everybody, saying, "Oh, we're sorry. Sorry that this was the halftime performance."
Man,
they knew
exactly
many times.
That's what everybody's talking about. It's like, how did you not? Like, I guess they want to act like they didn't, because of course they will. So, dude,
No, they knew what he was gonna
rehearses.
Bro, this joint was sponsored by Rock Nation and Apple Music, bro.
Yeah, it's like, what do you do? He rehearsed something totally different, and come showtime, they're like, yeah, what the hell? What, a whole new stage? What's going on? Like, come on, y'all knew exactly.
I don't think it's going to happen, but people are trying to say they're going to sacrifice Kendrick, but I don't think it's going to happen.
No,
bro. I don't think Kendrick's that dumb, bro.
Mm-hmm.
After everything that he said during the performance, what he's been stating over the years through his music, man, no way, man. He's not going to that dark side, man. I don't see it happening, bro.
Mm-hmm.
But
hopefully not.
While we're on the topic of exposing these people, let's talk about these plane crashes. Let's expose them some more.
Yeah, so what did you say? How many plane crashes again?
It's a lot.
It's been over 60 already this year.
Over 60?
Over 60, bro.
Incidents. Plane crash.
They said last year together there was like 31 the whole year.
Yeah, the whole geez. So we've already doubled it.
In a month and a half.
In a month and yeah.
And that's the ones that they tell us about.
If you need to fly, go ahead and buy a parachute and carry it on with your luggage. Bring a parachute as carry on and book your seat next to the emergency exit. It's daily. They're crashing daily. Military, civilian.
It's more than one
Yeah,
a day right now. It's crazy.
yeah, it's all that's nuts. I did not know it was that much. Jeez, but like you say, Chris, it's only the ones they want to tell you about.
Yeah, there's so
They
much that
don't
happens that they'll
mention.
never tell us.
Oh yeah,
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and start by telling you that majority of these flights are through United Airlines.
that I said that
And
the other day.
yeah.
the
Yeah,
United Airlines is owned by a mixture of institutional, retail, and individual investors such as Vanguard Group, Prime Cap Management, Capital, International Investors, J. Scott Kirby, Brett Hart, Oscar Muniz. These are all shareholders of United Airlines, man.
Brett the Hitman Hart.
That's what I was
yeah.
thinking.
The whole it's like a share
At the
in United
Hitman Hart.
Airlines.
It's shareholders, man, and it's from big corporate elite corporations
Yeah,
that pretty much have their hands on a lot of other stuff. Like Vanguard they got their hands on a lot of stuff, right?
Yeah.
Vanguard's up there with BlackRock.
Mhm.
Exactly. So these are the people that are behind these airlines, man. So we're right back in this mix of like that elite kind of Hollywood devilish type people. Are they doing this shit on purpose?
I think
That's
the
always the
people that
question.
don't think it's on purpose are the people that just don't want to know the truth or like, because they don't care. They're like, people are like, I don't want to think about it. I just live my life, which I understand. But in the same time, we got to like expand our minds and realize what's really going on out there because we're still only going to know a little bit, but at least we're trying to educate ourselves and talk about it.
Right.
A lot of people's like, man, why you worried about that, man? I'm like, well, we're going to talk about it.
Well, what did you
If you don't
believe?
like it, tune us out, but to not know and just be oblivious is not it. Because when these grocery stores empty out soon, y'all gonna be like, "Oh, I ain't even listen to y'all." Well,
Right.
And then I'm gonna narrow it down for you, Chris, because like the biggest shareholders throughout all those names I've said is Vanguard. Then you have Prime Cap Management, and then also Capital International Investors, whoever they are. And then the last one is BlackRock Incorporated.
you see, BlackRock.
Those are the majority shareholders.
BlackRock.
If people look into it, BlackRock and Vanguard, especially BlackRock, they own almost everything or have percentages of almost every super big business and corporation.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's interesting, man. And that Bret Hart is not the wrestler, but he's pretty much one of the biggest owners. So he must be in with one of those capital prime cap management investors, or he's something big in one of those corporations.
Mhm.
Oh, I
Bret Hart
think that's
is.
Ted DiBiase that runs that.
Yeah.
TBI.
Ted DiBiase and
So to
Ravishing
clarify,
Rick Regan.
that's not the Hart Foundation. This.
Kevin Hart.
Mhm.
He's involved. They all involved in it. The truth is, man, like Zeb said, he ain't gonna fly no more.
I wouldn't. Would you feel comfortable on an airplane right now, man?
I mean,
I'm more afraid of cars than planes. But the thing is, we never know what plane they're gonna have these happen to. But you're right. So they're just making people live in fear.
When the plane
That's
crashes,
the
you're
thing.
dead. You can walk away
I
from a
was
car
getting it.
accident.
I'm like, I'll still fly if I had, I'm not gonna, like you just said, I'm not gonna let them scare us. I'm still gonna live my life. Hey, if it's your time to go. I'm still gonna fly. So flights go. There's thousands and thousands of flights every day.
Oh crap, man! That Bret Hart guy, he was the first actual black president of the airlines. I didn't even know the guy was black. So,
Well, they be showing some of these interviews now that we have social media, man, and no funny stuff. All those people's involved together
Right.
with whatever's going on. They're being paid and bought out to make sure shit happens, and it does happen.
Mhm.
just makes me think of
So-
that good old saying, "The sky's the limit." For real, man.
Yeah.
The sky
I
is the
also
limit.
believe that because you can't get out of the Earth. So when people be like, "Oh, outer space and not NASA and all this shit," man, the sky's the limit because they can't get past the firmament, and we ain't getting all that. But you know what I mean? They be brainwashed with so much bullshit. Like why people believe in NASA? I see all these people in NASA clothes. I'm like, man, that shit ain't real. But
like how do you get a
they
rainbow?
make these planes, like you just said, Wayne. Sky's the limit. The sky's the limit because they ain't gonna let us go no further. We can't.
Well, seriously, if it's an firmament, like glass around it, like wouldn't that be able to tell you where rainbows come from? Are they reflecting off glass?
That's why they look like that, and they're in that circular shape or whatever.
I mean, I mean, it's like CT, baby. It's just conspiracy Tucker, you know?
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Conspiracy times
Yeah.
with the BWO
Your-
cast.
Your new
Exactly.
nickname.
This is only for entertainment purposes only, people. This is only our beliefs.
So plane crashes everywhere, unbelievable. Is it set up? Are they staged? Are they trying to take people out?
Insurance fraud.
And yeah,
You got to think about that.
it's
I
kind
mean,
of
I won't
fishy.
get off topic like with the 9/11 crash, man. Like that building, the structure of that building was built to where it shouldn't collapse.
They
But
made it could withstand jets,
Yeah, man.
jet fuel and everything.
And you know, I've done my research on that a little bit, and there was like crazy vans coming in at all crazy hours of the nights when the janitorial people were not there, the Wall Street workers were gone, and they were bringing in stuff. So who's to say they weren't bringing in bombs to detonate that building?
Pretty fishy.
And interesting that the owner of that building, he changed his insurance policy like a week before that happened, and they said he used to eat breakfast in there every day,
And he
but he
wasn't
didn't eat breakfast on 9/11.
Yeah.
But we can keep it moving. I ain't trying to say nothing, man. I don't. Hey,
So
I'm just
guilty,
reporting.
man.
I'm just reporting what I seen in a video. I'm just saying.
So moving on to ICE raids.
Yeah, ice. I think I need a little ice in my coffee.
I
right
just
now.
wanted to talk
It's
about
getting hot in here, baby.
how come ICE raids mostly people that are Mexican or Hispanic in general, but
And just
there's so many immigrants and people here, and even down in Winchester, Virginia, that are from all these other countries. And let's just say where their skin is fair, they're white complexion, not what we speak now, and nobody's running up on these people from Australia and France and everywhere else, but they're running up on you if you look like you're from El Salvador, Argentina, or Mexico.
Yeah.
Are,
I'm not
are they
taking
the
over
only
the
ones
mic.
that's illegal? Are they the only illegal immigrants? Or if you're still here illegally from Australia or Germany or something, are you not illegal because your skin is white? Let's keep it real. Well, why do y'all think that is? Zeb, your
I'm gonna
wife is
let
Mexican. All these people we see, man, not everybody's bad in any race or religion, but they running up on people that look Hispanic or brown skin or black. But what about the white people that's illegal?
man. Listen, I'm gonna let Zeb talk, but I just had to say this: we're all immigrants.
Yep.
Exactly.
So, with that being said, go ahead and say your thing on this.
Yeah. I don't know what the solution is for this. Like the ice raids.
It's population control.
It's
Too many people.
They definitely target people, man. Profiling. They're profiling people.
Plane crashes, deportation. It's population control, man.
Oh,
These
well,
big
it's
wigs have been
definitely
telling us,
that,
man. These
but
big wigs have been telling us. There's another pandemic coming. Just brace yourself.
yeah.
They're the ones that are controlling all of this, man. They're controlling the population. Listen to Bill Gates and some of his interviews, man. They're telling us right in front of our face what's going to happen. So if we choose to ignore it, then you won't be ready for it.
So yeah, I'm with you. It's like, Chris, why are they just targeting? We know what it, and we knew this from the beginning. You
Yeah,
know,
but
Trump's,
why?
he's a fucking racist.
Hispanics.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, but why are they doing
brown
it?
skin, and you're getting deported. You have Germans. You have so many other immigrants in this country from Europe. Whatever, they're all are they legal in that? I know for a fact some of them are.
But is
Yeah,
that a plan?
But we know that's not the plan. Everybody, if you,
But it's like
It is
why
a
are they
plan
doing it,
because
though?
Trump's favorite words is what? Let's make America great again. And
I know.
they're not a part of it.
Exactly. That's what
So let's get rid of them and start all over like the beginning.
But this article I'll read a little bit from NBC News, and I didn't know this, but about the ICE raids, they're like, because they've been to LA, Chris, up there in New York, right? They've hit
They're out here all the time because there's so many people. But
here,
New York is
in New
filled
York.
with people from all over the world. You know how many people here is not legally here? Come on, man.
Oh, I know. But the operations that they started
probably New York,
Chicago,
California,
New York,
Texas.
and LA, but
Because the biggest cities in the country.
Right. But their plan is like they're saying here in this article every week to raid 3 different cities.
It's crazy.
Like the next one they had is in Aurora, Colorado, is on there as a target. But anyway, they're arresting anywhere from 1,200 to 1,500 per day.
Exactly. That's
in these
population
raids.
control, man.
They've been here though. Like
Oh, this
I know
ICE
for
has
a
been
fact.
around since
No,
20.
Oh, it's been going on forever.
I mean, yeah.
they've done it in Front Royal. They've done it in Front
Yeah,
Royal.
yeah.
They've had ice raids in Front Royal
Yeah.
like recently.
In our
I actually
area.
saw one in an article that happened in Front Royal.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So they don't know. It's not they're going to sit there and tell you, of course, when it's coming, but
And they raided some vape shops over in Front Royal that are, I believe, owned by like foreigners.
mhm.
And they confiscated like over 900,000 in illegal drugs through these vape shops also. So
Oh well, you know,
if
ain't
you're
nothing
caught up
wrong
in
making a
that,
little side money.
yeah.
I'm just joking.
You know how they roll.
I'm joking.
I don't believe it's getting put back into the community. I believe it's a bonus for them.
Yeah. But you're like these ice raids to me, they're just targeted towards we all know this and knew this. This is when Trump was in office the first time towards a certain group of people.
Right.
That's it. We know that. That's why he wants to build the wall and everything else and make America white again.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
which you never were.
And we all know Trump comes from a racist background, man. So
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm just to the point now, like, I try to get along with everybody, but if you support Trump, I can't fuck with you.
Well, I think,
Because deep down, I'm questioning your character. I mean, I'm straight, and we all win. I'm like, I'm questioning your character.
I think
You
they're
support a
getting
man
away
like
from
that?
drugs, man. But I think you build a wall, the drugs still come into this country. It's too much money.
Mm-hmm.
The way the drugs stop coming is when people stop getting high.
yeah.
That's how you put them people out of business.
Well, I'm not gonna lie to you. I won't
It's
mention
simple.
any names, but I'm with Tony. Like at work, like I've stopped sitting at certain tables,
Yeah.
like when I eat my lunch, because most of them that I was sitting with, they're Trump supporters, man. And I'm like,
Okay.
I don't hear a lot of these guys talking about Trump anymore at work because
Oh, I think he lost a lot of supporters. I'll say that.
because
Which
they're
I'm like,
looking at it
yeah,
like they're looking at that. They look like idiots now. People that voted for Trump, they
oh,
look like
definitely
idiots.
now. And this is a question for you as a black man, because it's always one thing I've said to. How can you be a minority and support this man?
Oh, dude, you
Believe in what he said. That blows my mind.
That's why I don't say nothing, man.
Well, it's kind of like
I don't say
school.
nothing.
He's brainwashing you in these campaigns of what he's going to do for black communities and certain organizations. And then once he's in office, he reneges on it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't talk about him because you'd be surprised how many Hispanic people vote for him.
That's what I'm saying. The
So I
minority,
don't say nothing. I'm like, yeah, you're right. He's not racist.
I'm like,
He's not
even
racist. Go ahead, vote
Hispanics.
for him.
But he's
It
promising,
blows my mind.
promising these ethnics certain things, man. That's why they vote for him. You can't let a president brainwash you, man. You have to do your research. You got to know something about this person before you vote.
Chris, you got anything on it before we move on? Because that's a valid point. I was like, I don't understand. It just, I can't even come up with anything that. How can you be a minority and support this man? That's it. That's the question.
Yeah.
I want to know. I ask you as a black man, Wayne. Of course, you don't, because of course you probably don't understand it yourself.
A lot of people do know, man.
Well, seriously, a lot of these things that he's signing off now, he did not state this during his campaign.
He's always lied about so
shutting down
much
the
shit.
Department of Education.
Mhm.
Like if he was talking that kind of stuff, people would not have voted for him.
Oh, of course.
So he wasn't talking about a lot of these things that he's signing off on now.
Yeah.
But you got to understand who's the puppet. The puppet's Trump. Who's in control? It's Elon and his little raggedy ass son. You know what I mean? Talking about you're not the president. You are, get out of here. Like, man, come on, man. That's stuff that he hears his dad saying at the house, man.
Yeah, his son, I just gotta say, was freaky.
Like, what is he even doing in the Oval Office? What is Elon Musk politically? What is he doing there?
Man, that's Trump's.
He didn't win anything, bro.
That's Trump's man.
And then he's got like $38 million in contracts through the government now, ever since Trump came in office.
We know
he gave $270 million to Trump's campaign, but he bought him basically. He bought Trump.
He bought Trump's seat.
But I'll just say
really my seat.
At the end of the day, Democrats, Republicans, and everybody else, those people are all in one big circle. They all chill together. They're all on the same team.
Right.
But the people that voted for Trump, I don't even care if they're white. The people that voted for Trump and the Hispanics and everybody else, the minorities, so to speak, it's because they believe what they hear on the news and the media, and that's all design setup for them. So they believe it and they feed into it, and then boom.
What has our government been doing to us for many, many, many decades?
Lying, brainwashing, and lying.
Lying and brainwashing people, man.
But I want to say this: you speak of supporters. This reminds me. I'm just gonna call him out. My neighbor down the road. I mean, because he has Trump shit down here on the corner outside his house, and he's a black man.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm like,
that's what I don't say about him. I won't say anything about him.
I'm like, what? But yeah, has Trump banned? You've probably seen the house down there.
Does he have cowboy boots and Wranglers?
Oh, yeah,
okay.
Yeah. He's
no more.
yeah. But
that's your.
I don't care if you're a cowboy or what color you are, or whatever. But
you know that.
But the main thing is, how can you support this man?
But people gotta understand, though, Tony. Black people, they used to call them boy a lot. They were the cowboys back in the day.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I just wanted to say, I'm like one of the biggest in this neighborhood, which is fucking. There's a lot of Republicans or whatever in this area. Period. That's just. I keep repeating the question. I don't know how. You supporting,
so
period.
Down inside,
white,
though,
black,
black
green,
people are cowboys, man.
That's because they called black people boy.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
So they were like, "Sit down, boy. Shut up, boy." Right?
Yeah.
They would wear all that cowboy gear and stuff, and they were cowboys, and the white guys were not cowboys.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, it became so popular as a term that they just called all of them cowboys.
Yeah.
Correct. So, Chris or all of us speaking about laws, we'll move on to his transgender law.
Yeah.
Put into place.
I will be honest. I don't want to say nothing else about it. I want y'all to talk because I love talking. But that's the only thing. That's the only thing I'm cool with that Trump did, man. I don't have kids. The rest of y'all do. But if I had a boy or a girl, you're not competing on the other one's level and thinking that you're going to break records or you're doing better than the others when you're not that sex.
Yeah. Chris, I agree.
If I have a daughter named Michelle and she's a girl and then all of a sudden she gets to high school and she's whooping these girls, but now she became a Michael. No. I'm not against whatever people want to do with themselves. That's fine. Like, to each their own. But you're not going to compete in that sport and be like, I'm better than Michelle, but my name's really Michael.
It's like
that's not fair.
Humans.
It's just not fair to me. I'm not knocking people that want to do that don't know what they are, that, want to have sex changes, but you're not going to compete. So I do agree with that.
Oh, I'm totally.
Sorry, you're not going to do that.
I'm 100% with you. I mean, it's the only thing I've agreed with. And we've said this before. We've talked about this transgender thing before in sports because that's the big thing.
It's cheating.
It's like, dude, you're born a woman or a man, boy, girl, that's what you are. When they started letting guys compete with, what are we doing?
In general,
you're right. It's money. What are we doing?
Thank you.
As a society,
it's all about money, guys.
Yeah, man.
If I can pay a surgeon 20, 30 grand to transgender myself, they're going to do it. I work with, it's a dude now. I work with this person. They were a girl when they first started working there. Now, when I look at this person, this person, it's a man now. Like, muscles now.
I worked with one when I was at Walmart. Same thing.
Yeah,
guy had the breast implants.
Which bathroom? Which bathroom?
Exactly.
Which bathroom?
I don't know.
That's a setup for sexual harassment.
Well, that's why you got bathrooms now. Like, you see a lot when you go to a lot of public places.
They don't want to get
public places, but not your job.
Well, yeah, your job, but it's UNIS, whatever, and they have privacy closed period because of this stuff.
So this girl at my job that converted into a guy, it's allowed to go into the guy's bathroom now.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Weird.
If you get a sex change,
you still have to go to the same
women or man, that's sexual harassment, dude. Like, nobody would want that. Think like your daughter. Hell no.
This world is all ate up, man.
It is.
It's a money scandal
But
when it comes to this transgender stuff, man.
Yeah, so it get back to about the sports. It's like you always had. I mean, when I first started hearing about it, is because millions of people they find out they were a man. You know, like there was one that competed in the Olympics, right? I forget what was I forget what sport. Well,
It happened. It
there was
happened
actually
in track
two.
and field and swimming a lot.
Yeah, there was actually
Yes, it
two,
was.
right? Because did they let them compete, or they found out later they had or did the Olympics let them compete? I don't remember.
I think the Olympics let them compete and didn't know, and I want to say they got busted.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Did they
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, I don't think they knew about it. I think I remember the Olympics that you're talking about, but I think that
Well, I think it just
person,
happened recently.
but I think that person ended up performing, and they found out that that person was a transgender, and then they stripped them of their medal.
Yeah.
But don't they usually make movies? We always talk about they make movies that show us the truths, right?
Yeah.
You guys remember the movie Joanna Man?
Yep.
I'm not saying right or wrong, but even people like Brittany Griner and Caitlin Clark recently have been questioned: is that a man?
Oh Lord.
True.
I mean, I get, but
Tony, we just never know. Like
I
when
mean, you never
someone's
know,
so fucking
but
good that we're like they can compete with the guys. It's like shit, man. Maybe it is a guy.
man, now come on. Now, what's one of the best women to ever play in the WNBA? And she could compete with the men. And this was decades ago.
There was plenty of them that could do it.
Cheryl Miller.
Yeah, she was better than Reggie.
Dude, now come on. So yeah, are they a man? Now, why do they say about her? Now that woman can ball. So there's some women I'll give. I mean, I know men, there's differences strength wise and blah, blah, blah.
Cheryl was straight up
But-
woman. I don't want to hear that, bro.
Yeah, like I'm just
Cheryl was just the older sibling that used to bust Reggie's ass.
Yeah,
man.
I'm just saying.
That's why she was nice, bro.
But now we want to question. All I'm saying is,
I'm with Chris. Like Brittany Griner looks like she used to be a dude.
okay, I'm just saying in today's society, we did not question her back then, but now, do you see my point? Now we question
your
women.
point,
but
but
is it a
answer to
man
your
now?
point is
Because
she was definitely a woman, bro.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
And in the 80s, Tony, nobody questioned anything outside of their real circles. There wasn't all this, everybody had a platform to speak about things. So nobody really even got on these topics together.
Right.
You would talk about it with your work buddies, your lunch, your whoever, your schoolmates, and that's it.
So you were saying she was a man back then?
No, well, not Cheryl
See,
Miller.
that's what I'm saying. I'm like, that's how society has changed. Now I don't want to take
But they've
nothing
also
away.
changed.
I'm just
the way
saying I don't
now
want to
sex
take
changes
nothing
are
away
normal.
from these.
Exactly.
I just
That's
don't
what-
want to take nothing away from these
But
women.
sex changes are now normal, and it's also been
yeah.
normalized.
And
So
you
now
would
we
never
don't even
now.
know.
Yeah, now you wouldn't know.
There's
Like, if
laws,
you're thinking
there's
about
laws
it-
for it now.
If you're thinking about it, Tony, one of my favorite comedians and actors of my childhood is Eddie Murphy, but he got busted with transvestite or transsexuals, whatever they're called back in the day. Like these dudes was getting caught with him and everything.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And that's back in the 80s.
I guess
Dwight
he likes
Howard,
it.
he's just carrying on that legacy. You know what I mean?
There was
Eddie Murphy
other
likes
people
it
like
raw.
that too.
So does Dwight.
There's other people.
Just turn off the light.
It's all right, guys. Of course, we gotta move on. Enough of the transgender stuff.
Yeah.
And spoke our mind on that. So, guys, that a Luka trade.
Is he transgender?
The big
You're right. Playing the WNBA.
Yeah.
So the big
really a woman?
the big trade, and Chris, you can give your theory on this because you always have one. But Luka and Anthony Davis being traded. Why? How old is Anthony Davis? 32?
31.
31, 30. Trade a super, which
He's
is
31
he's a big,
Lucas 25.
big superstar. Luka's 25. In this trade, you trade away your franchise player, Dallas. And you spoke about how what the reasons why you believe Dallas got rid of Luka. It wasn't because he couldn't ball and overweight.
Because the owner that bought the team, the majority of the team from Mark Cuban 2 years ago, wanted to build a new arena and also build a casino in the arena.
Yeah.
The NBA said, nope, you can't do that. She said, okay, no worries. I'll move our team to Las Vegas and then I can do it.
Yeah.
I said, no, Dallas loves the Mavericks. You're not going to move them.
Right.
Well, what's the next thing that they could do? Well, we know one thing you can't tell us we can't do. We're going to trade our best player, franchise player, 25 years young. But in the same right, maybe the NBA wanted that. Who gets the biggest stars of all time in basketball? It's the Lakers.
It's always
Who is the biggest star of the last 15, 20 years overall in sports, but definitely basketball? LeBron. Who's about to leave the game? LeBron.
Mhm.
Who can he learn from? LeBron. Who can he get these secrets and be a part of that secret society from now? LeBron. And on top of that, could it be a part of a so-called conspiracy to where LeBron's like, who's the only player at the age of 25 who actually has more points, rebounds, and assists than me in his first 5 years or 6 years or whatever? It's Luka. Which way to slow him down and stop that? Bring him to LA right now on my team.
Man, that's a lot to
It,
take
it,
in.
it
It
was a
is, but
lot.
I'm just saying, look at it
I've
from
heard
different
that same
ways.
thing.
Like,
It
Well,
was a lot, but I'm on something bigger with Chris, like with the LA situation. Like, I'm just going to step off the topic just a hair. It's just like, think about the lottery. Where's the biggest winner always from? When you hear Powerball, Mega Millions lottery.
most of them's California.
Exactly, bro. So it's something up with the state of California, man, where they pull a lot of strings, man. And this is another episode of where I believe the state of California did pull some strings. This was something amongst the owners and the commissioner. This had nothing to do with none of the players. The
It's
players
a money
didn't even
grab for the
know.
NBA.
Yeah, the players didn't even know, man.
Well, that's my thing too. Is like, do you feel this trade was? Because a lot of people are saying too, this trade to save the NBA. You know, because
Good.
put in a
The ratings been down the
superstar.
last couple of years. Which
Yeah,
way
like,
to help get them up? But to have the
yeah,
biggest international star play for the Lakers.
because I was hearing, because Boston's still good. It's always what's the biggest rivalry in all of sports. Really, it's Boston and LA.
Yeah.
Right, the Lakers and Celtics. It's like they want to rekindle that rivalry. So that's another
Bird versus Magic.
thing that, yeah.
Keep it going.
So like you said, the Celtics have been good. And was this trade made? Hey, we're trying because supposedly viewership's going down in the NBA and blah blah blah. You know, their numbers are going down and sales and everything. So was this move made? Hey, we got to do something to boost our ratings and everything back up and start making money. So what you do? One of the biggest superstars in the league goes to LA. Yeah, that's with LeBron.
And then all of a sudden, that's the biggest topic in California. What happened to the fire? Fire's over. They put them out already? Like, never heard nothing else back on the fires. Now it's all about the Luka trade.
Yeah.
Then they're going to distract us with something else that's going to happen in California,
keeps
bro.
moving, right?
It just keeps moving right
It keeps
along, man.
moving.
Let's not get off the topic with State Farm and these fires and
Those
look
fires
who's
are still happening.
Yeah,
But we
man,
kept
but
the
nobody's
bees kept
talking
it
about it.
moving though. They keep it moving. They're worse than people.
And who's the biggest sponsor of the NBA All-Star Weekend this week?
State Farm.
You're right.
I'm like, dude, I
It's on
spit
there.
that out like
You're right.
Come on, man. This
I
is
mean-
only for entertainment purposes only. I'm
Right.
just supporting what I see and what I read and what I hear.
I thought Geico was big, or is it? But State Farm's on everything.
State Farm, all
And
state,
State Farm, what's
They
their
sponsor
what's
so
their
much
logo,
they're in your
what's their
sleep.
logo color?
They're in your sleep,
What's
man.
their logo
Red.
color?
So let's
same
talk
color as fire.
red, red, white.
Same color as the blood that they drank. And,
Yeah.
man, we won't get into all that though.
Yeah,
I'm just
because I was going to say let's get more into Luka and LeBron playing together.
Yeah.
I don't even want to
How
get
do you
into that.
feel this is going to work? Like, let's talk basketball.
I think they play good together. Tony.
All right, so I'm gonna start off by saying Lakers screwed up for one, because
They
Dalton,
screwed up.
yeah, because Dalton Connect was a part of this deal. Ended up going to Charlotte.
Yeah,
Mark Williams didn't pass the physical. Now you got a guy back in LA
not
who just got
happy.
traded, who's not seeing eye to eye with the organization. Not sure if it's going to work out for them. On the other hand, if AD can keep his ass healthy, everywhere he goes gets fucking hurt. Like,
Isn't he
fucking-
out for the season?
fucking first
after
game
this trade?
for Dallas, bro, he gets hurt. Blowing up, man. And he gets hurt like what, in the third quarter?
Mhm.
It's like Dallas really won that trade, man, but can AD stay healthy? You're dealing with a guy that's in
I
his
don't
30s
agree with
now.
that.
That's had
Well,
injuries.
not only is
Lakers
AD
won
out,
that trade.
AD's out for possibly the rest of the season.
Yeah,
all
I
of a
was gonna
sudden.
Yeah.
And on top of that, they're two big men, which is why AD wouldn't even have to play the center. They're both
Right.
hurt all of a sudden.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm
It's
not
weird,
weighing on
man.
that. I think the Lakers won that trade. You get a 25-year-old compared to a 32.
Star.
You have your next.
I mean,
for
pieces to
10
the
years
puzzle,
at least.
I disagree with you when it comes to pieces to the puzzle because everything that Dallas did, it fits what they're doing, man.
Oh, I
they
get,
actually
like-
look good with AD in that line.
Yeah. Oh, I agree. Like, but overall, who wins that? It's the Lakers.
Because the
Like
Lakers
AD,
will have the Lakers will have Luka for the next 10 to
yeah,
15
that's what I'm
years if
saying.
he wants to play.
They won that trade big time. Like I'm not saying like yeah, Dallas's lineup with AD looks nasty.
Yeah.
Like with Kyrie and who else they got?
Okay, well, give me the counterpart for LA.
Clay Thompson. So dude, right there, you got their big three right there. They're
Did you
dangerous.
hear what Giannis said after that trade?
What's that?
He said, "I like it." He said, "I think all the big international stars should be in the biggest markets."
Yes.
Is Milwaukee a big market?
No.
Nah.
They did win the championship with him already, but they
Yeah.
not saying Giannis is coming to New York, but Giannis and Jokic might be the next two that's moved to a big city.
You never
Possibly.
know.
You never know, Chris.
As great as they are, and now that Luka's moved, you heard Anthony Edwards. He was like, "Shit, man, I'm scared." He was like, "Ain't nobody safe if he ain't safe."
But you hear this all to get in bigger markets. We know LA, New York are the biggest markets. But honestly, like you just said, at Milwaukee, if you're winning, you're making the franchise money.
Yeah.
That right? I mean, they're winning. They should be
But
making.
the money for the league and the whole, as a whole is nothing like it would be if you played in Chicago or New York.
Yeah, I
Exactly,
get that,
Chris.
but still
Because
at the
the
same
ticket
time,
prices differ from
that
city to city.
that superstar is making that franchise. Like now they're up and coming. Like Denver. To me, Denver's not like a small market.
Like
If Jordan would have started out with the Wizard or the Bullets back then or the Nuggets, it wouldn't have been the same.
right.
Oh,
Like Chris
I
is
get
right.
what
Like
you're saying.
I could go to a Wizard game and sit courtside. But I bet you damn sure right now I couldn't go to LA and sit courtside.
You can't come here at all. I'm barely
That's just
sitting
because
The tickets and the prices differ from city to city,
because
man.
the Wizards are horrible. That's why their prices are down.
No, but
No,
even
you're
so,
missing-
I can go to games in Miami, Houston, and New Orleans, which are pretty good sized cities, and the tickets are cheap.
But
But
how well is
you
the
go to
team
the three
playing?
biggest cities, it's expensive.
Ticket sales
Even if
usually
they-
go off how well a team's doing
Nah,
too.
man. Teams
And who's there?
LA prices are still high, whether they good or not, man.
The Knicks sucked for 20 seasons in a row until recently. Our tickets were still the highest tickets in the league. You know why? Because we sell out every game no
Because
matter what.
they're the exception. Just said they're the two biggest markets, so they know the Spike Lee. Everybody gonna come to their games.
So
Period.
watch Giannis be
Yeah.
on the move next. Watch Giannis is out in Milwaukee.
Those are historic venues that have been around forever, bro.
People are going to come there regardless. The stars come out for those.
No, we
cities.
didn't have anybody since Ewing and them until we got Melo. And then all we did is go to the playoffs a few times and not much. The big stars were afraid to come to New York because the media will eat you alive if you can't win.
Well, very true.
Chris is right though. New York, it doesn't matter if they're good or bad. They sell out all the time, bro.
Because there's so many people here.
You know?
Two different markets.
They generate so much money for the NBA, man, by doing that.
But Luka together with LeBron, yeah, that was an NBA power move. And there's nothing nobody, like Luka didn't know about it. He's right. He was like, shit, I didn't even know if it was true. I thought it was fucking April 1st.
Yeah. I can agree with that. My belief is, it happened to save them if their number are going down. That trade, there's no way, because it shocked everybody. You trade your future away like that. Like a 25. What even compares? I can't even think of a trade in any sport. Like a superstar that gets traded.
Not that young.
And not that taking away anything from AD, because when AD is healthy, he's a monster. He's like top 5 in the league, like player.
How did he have that amazing debut game? He had like 27, 18 boards, 6 and 5. Like amazing. Like first game like that in over 25 seasons. Gets hurt at the very end of that game.
Yeah,
now, how do we know that's not all conspiracy?
True.
He's just injury prone. He's always hurt in LA.
He is, but that was the perfect reason for them to have this happen. But like, well, everybody calls you street clothes. We could just go down at the end of that game.
I mean, that's been his whole career. That's why I couldn't believe the trade. I'm like, yeah, AD is amazing when he's healthy.
And then look at the other one, though, Tony. Look from that debut. Look at Luka's. Luka's is known to get a triple-double damn near every game. His debut was 14, 5, and 4.
Well, he's playing with
what the hell is that?
I mean, Lakers win this.
And he played like 16, 17 minutes. Man, I'm telling you right now, he's sabotaging him. He's not going to be on that trajectory to pass LeBron when it's all said and done. LeBron might stay a couple more years now, wait for Bryce to get drafted. Watch.
We'll see.
But LeBron has to learn how to be the second man right now. As great as LeBron is for his whole career, and he's still really good, Luka's better right now. And LeBron has to know that and let Luka take over the controls of that team and LeBron step back some.
Yeah,
But
and
LeBron, and
LeBron,
I'm telling you one thing about LeBron. The reason that he's not really the GOAT compared to Mike or even some of the others, in my opinion, but they
Kobe.
didn't pat stat. I mean, they didn't stat pad where they were just trying to rack up stats and be an individual. As great as LeBron is, and yes, he's got 4 championships, man, he's out there trying to get any and every stat.
yeah, he
I
is,
mean, you're
man.
right.
It's not about winning to him.
He's not going to let Luka get all these stats. He's like, fuck that. He ain't
Dude,
going to
he'll
pass me
play.
when I'm done.
You're right. He
Exactly.
just wants to be on that leader. I hate to say it, but yeah, he's selfish. He just wants to be on that lead in the end.
Well,
Be
he
an
needs to,
all-time
he
lead
needs to
for
get
every.
selfish, Tony, and cut his son.
Yeah.
Because you're the one that drafted him. Now you got to
Nepotism
cut
at
him.
its finest.
Come on, bro. We all know Bronny don't belong in the league, man.
Poor kid. Hey,
You
nothing
know,
against the kid. He has, he had his
Man,
issue with it, but
I feel sorry for Bronny's teammate from USC because that dude went undrafted and he had way better numbers than Bronny, bro.
yeah, way better. Shit, the whole team probably better. Just not that kid.
Man, I'm about to fucking go on
Because what did
strike, man. I'm
Bronny
gonna stop
average?
watching sports,
Yeah,
man.
what did Bronny average in 5 points? Or was it in college?
that was it.
Maybe 5.
Dude, I don't know, man. Let's boycott sports, man. Let's all just
That
stop
would hurt
watching
the
it for
economy
like.
big
I
time.
will be honest, the older I get, the more and more I'm not down to watch sports all fucking day long anymore.
No.
Like, let's stop.
If we're
winning,
hanging
man.
out and I'm with y'all and we're hanging out, we have barbecue, drinks, and we're just like, we're not actually sitting there just watching the whole thing. That's cool. I love that. But sitting there all day, it drains me, man. It makes me tired. Unless it's my real team, like sometimes I'm just like, yeah, I don't want to watch it right now. And as the older we get, we realize how much did they incorporate this big ass distraction in us as kids till now where we're grown, all we do is argue and talk about sports all day long.
Yeah, why are we arguing when we all know it's a written script?
It seems like it.
And they
It's-
pay those athletes those big dollars because why? What better way to pay them all that money than to use them as the biggest pawns to distract the shit out of us?
It's entertainment for us idiots.
It is, man.
It's
Like don't nobody really
entertainment.
care about the Commanders, Dallas, the Bulls. None of them. They don't care about these teams, but we do because they made sure of that. We buy all their gear, everything.
We got to stop letting these corporations brainwash us, man, and stop giving all of our money to them, man.
Yes.
Like if everybody boycotts going to these venues, what's going to happen? They're just going to start playing it, and people are just going to watch it off TV. But let's stop watching it on TV. Guess what? Then we'll shut their corporation down.
Well, when you work, a
We
company
have
gives you the
control.
money, and then you give the money back to other companies.
Right.
Keep the money. Don't give it back to them.
Don't give it back.
Make your paycheck and keep it. Don't throw the money back out there.
Exactly. That's
Well,
right.
Tony, what did we talk about before? What we just have the Super Bowl,
Yeah,
and what's right now the All-Star NBA All-Star Weekend,
State
correct.
Farm.
spring training, March Madness, the Masters,
Mhm.
the U.S. Open,
We've
the,
talked
the
about it.
NBA Finals, everything. So every month there's something huge for us. The Daytona
Dude,
500, they make
every
sure
month it's every day. I said this. What the other shit? Sports is on TV every day. There's something.
Yeah, but I mean now it's with all the super big events. They've
Yeah.
lined it up so that there's always something huge for us to watch and
Well,
spend
yeah.
money on and distract us from what they're doing behind the scenes.
And when you're watching all of that stuff, what do you like to have? Food, alcohol, like putting the money right back in their pockets, man.
Mhm.
Like,
State
you got to
Farm
understand with
insurance.
the liquor part of it, that's state owned. So that money's going right back into the state. And then food wise, we all know about the Walmarts and the Martins. We all know who own that shit, man. Like we're just giving the money right back to them,
Giving the
man.
money right back. Yeah.
Well, they're killing us
Yeah.
too. They got all this processed food and stuff that they already know is fake, but we're gonna eat it up because we're addicted now.
Yeah. Everything that we're buying out of stores is processed, man.
In America.
Yeah, why you think these trucks is pulling in daily, man? Oh, yeah, I got another truck full of chicken for you, man. I got another truck full of this.
It's
hold
true.
on, man. Like, where the fuck is all this shit coming from?
Especially if there's less and
Facilities.
less farms.
Facilities that are making this shit, bro.
Right. Manufactured. It's AI.
So, man, if it ain't organic, man, leave it alone, man. I'm about to change my diet up, man. I got to start eating right, man.
But even so, now they're lying to us saying shit's organic or whatnot, man. They can tell us whatever they want, and we're gonna believe it.
Oh, I know it's organic. It's gonna come from my motherfucking gardens and shit. Fuck that.
Which is why they don't want you to have it anymore.
Exactly, man.
I need to start a garden in my yard again.
Yeah.
We need to go back.
Yeah,
We need to go back to the good old days, man, when you used to go out and hunt for your food, man. And have garden.
You gotta have a license,
yard, man.
Everything.
It's all illegal now unless they say you can do it.
Yep.
Exactly. In order to go out and kill these animals, we got to pay for a hunting license.
I told you can't even go fishing without a license.
Oh, been like that forever.
How can I'm gonna keep saying it? How can they make these rules and be like, well, that's just the law, it's the way it is? What the fuck said that they're allowed to say this is what it is? Because they can do it and we can't.
No doubt, man.
It's all money grab and it's all way controllers, man. We gotta rebel, and until we do, they gonna keep winning.
Exactly. Well, to end my show, I'm just gonna say F the Constitution.
Your show.
He
said to end my show.
To end my part of the show. To end my part of the show, F the Constitution, man. I'm gonna let y'all boys finish it out.
But y'all see what Tony said, even though he's just joking, it's all about control. Your show? This ain't your country. What?
It's my show when I'm speaking. It's your show when you're speaking.
Elon's
At the end of the day,
son
it's
told
brothers
Trump
with opinion.
you ain't president.
Like,
you know what I mean?
Why can't we all just get along?
Tony, you ain't the host of this show.
We all are.
Nah, we all are, baby. It's all of our shows, man. Y'all know how we do.
So, all right.
You know,
but we're going to let you know, ladies and gentlemen, this show is brought to you by our good sponsors over there, Dunkin' Donuts, man. They always take care of us, hook us up with these coffees, and we appreciate them being a part of it, man. We like to get some people involved, man, like Partlow Insurance, Kern Motors, and people that we went to school with, man. Y'all help out, you know. We'll shout y'all out, show as much love as we can, and then vice versa. You guys, you know, help sponsor us, man. We'd love that. Man, we're going to really get into it, man. We want some people like Barry Lee and Miss Lee from over in our days of school, and people to be guests on the show, man. Come join us. Reed Prosser, everybody, you guys doing things in the community, don't be afraid to jump on the show, man. We'll get you out there, man, and we'll help build this even bigger together. Y'all get a part of it, man. You go to Zeb, Tony, Wayne, let them know. In the community, y'all want to be a part of this, and let's do it.
It's all about the B.W.O movement, baby. We're here.
Yes, sir. All right, guys, wrapping it up. And until next week, everyone.
Tony, where can they check us out at?
That YouTube channel, we're getting more and more subscribers on there. But we just checked our followers on Instagram. Hey, our numbers are going up tremendously. The only thing I'll add it to is, hey, give us some feedback. That's it. Comment something. Let us know what we're doing right, doing wrong. We can improve.
We appreciate y'all, man.
Yeah, but we appreciate everybody because we know people are tuning in and listening. Yeah. So that's the great first and foremost where it starts. But just click that subscribe button on our YouTube channel, Facebook, Instagram, X. We're on every platform out there. I know we just got to do our part a little more, putting some videos and stuff out there. But we all four got busy lives. But
we'll talk about anything y'all want, man. Mike Hambrick, yep. Mike Arculin, man. Did ask Kevin Curry. I know y'all want to get on, man. Go ahead, let's get it.
Yep, sounds good, everybody. We'll see everybody. Tune in next Sunday. Everybody enjoy their weekend. No football, so take a break from football. It's NBA season now. All-Star weekend.
Yes, sir. Still Valentine's weekend.
Yeah, right. Go love one another. There you go. All
they always put the All-Star weekend and the Valentine's weekend together. I'm like, damn.
Yep, moving on.
Big voice,
Peace.
no silence, revolution televised. Ain't no good in private, not knowledge to the ignorant. Ain't never been bliss. Stand up and be heard. We the new activists. Yeah, brothers with opinion. Let the convo begin. You know communication key, but then you must comprehend. Preach B.W.O. Let your voices be heard. We enlightened by the truth, and now we spreading the word. Let's go. How do we learn to live when we conditioned to die? Most people fail before they start because they don't ever try. Man, they told us we was worthless. We believed in the lie. We took it way too literal when Big said ready to die. You know the KKK turned the cops in disguise. Man, a lot done changed, but race still applies. 5-0, hands up, don't even ask why. Trayvon, Mike Brown, man, another mother's cry. Hey,